Why would you start dating someone who's abusive to their child?
Because
If you love your children, you've got to be their number one protector and look out for them. And you can't have random people looking out for them. Now, I don't know what happened between you and the relationship and the father of your children that caused you all to break up. Court is calling 2022 CR 0841C, State of Texas versus Kayla Connor. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state, for the defense? Right. And Ms. Connor, you need to come forward. Are you Kayla Connor? All right. You entered a plea on June 1st. According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is recommending deferred adjudication. Who was the person who took this plea? Okay. All right. For the record, the court has reviewed the stipulations and the court is finding there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court is will not find you guilty as you apply for deferred adjudication. How did she enter her plea? Was it guilty, not guilty, or no contest? All right. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor. Sorry.
Any objections to the PSI report?
Not for the state.
No, there's no objection, Your Honor.
All right. Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, she's trying to get back on the feet, and I think she's doing that well. She got kind of mixed up with this group of people here, and she's now with her boyfriend and her boyfriend's family, and they have 2 children together, and she's expecting again in December. So we're hoping that the court follows the recommendation now.
All right. So is there anything you wish to say, Ms. Connor? All right, you're going to have to speak up.
no, ma'am.
All right, can I have you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. So where is Alexander White, your child?
That is not my child. That was my ex-boyfriend's son. He was taken by the state back last year sometime, so I'm not aware. I haven't had any contact with him.
How many children do you have?
I have 3 of my own and 4 including this one.
Okay, and where were your children during this beating of a child with your ex-boyfriend?
They were in the
It seems
room
like
with
it
me.
might be a good case for deferred. This is first.
It happened and he had his own, him and I worked together when this happened in the apartment. We hadn't started dating yet.
Mhm.
And
We've never been
I was
arrested
in the room dealing with my children and he was doing his own thing with his child.
So did you start dating after this?
Yeah.
Why would you start dating
I
someone?
wasn't aware
No,
that he was,
listen to my question. Why would you start dating someone who's abusive to their child?
because I wasn't aware of the extent. He was telling me one thing, that it was just a simple spanking. I was not aware of how he was actually handling his child. I had just met him at the time of this happening.
I'm sorry, what?
I had just met him at the time of this happening.
Mhm.
We hadn't even known each other. I don't even think a month.
So you hadn't known each other a month when this happened.
He was my uncle's brother, so I figured he would be somebody I'd be able to trust, considering my adoptive uncle. I've known him for a while. I didn't think anything harmful with the situation.
Just very, very briefly. add
Yes.
something. There are 3 co-defendants here, and one is Brandon White, one is Alexander White, and the other is Kayla White. So there's another Kayla. This is Kayla Connor. The others are charged with injury to a child, and Ms. Connor is charged with violation. So
Okay.
I just want to make sure, because I got kind of confused.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. But I will tell you what it never ceases to amaze me. And I never understand why people who have children get involved so easily with other people. I never understood that. Now, what she's telling me is she knew him for a month and this had happened. And how old was the complainant?
At that time, it was
11, somewhere around there.
10, 11.
The fact that you don't know what's going on with somebody that you're dating or you dated after the fact tells me that you're not thinking with a straight head. Are you employed?
No, ma'am.
And how many children do you have?
I have 3.
All right. So you have 3 children, a baby on the way, and you're not employed. That's a problem. Because what ends up happening, and I've seen it, is you depend on somebody else for financial support. People are just having children all over the place and they're not financially supporting them. And they're going from one boyfriend to the next boyfriend. And I tell people all the time, there are maybe some great guys out there. There may be some great women out there. And I love children, but children are baggage. You need to consider every child you have a suitcase, and it's a heavy suitcase. And you got to ask yourself, the person I'm getting with, do they really want to carry these suitcases with me? And it's not like at the airport where those, you can put them in a cart. It's you dragging a suitcase, and it's the old fashioned suitcase. It's not the type with the wheels. It's somebody picking those suitcases up and handling with them with care. And usually what ends up happening is, and you know this, counsel, because you've done CPS cases, you end up with some random guy who you think is this great guy. Y'all decide to have another child. The child that's biologically his, he treats great. The other children get the shaft. So I hope that you're not going from boyfriend to boyfriend and putting all these random people in your children's life. But you need to get a job, because who's supporting you?
The man I'm with right now.
Yeah. And so now you're dependent on him to support you, to support your children, to keep a roof over your head. And I hope you're not letting him be in charge of disciplining children that are not his biological children.
They are his biological children. I got that from their father.
So you're just moving from person to person. You're with this other boyfriend and now you're with him?
No, we ended up getting back together.
If you're drug tested, what are the results going to be?
I should come clean.
I'm sorry, what?
That I should be clean. I haven't been smoking or anything.
When's the last time you smoked?
A month and a half ago, 2 months ago,
And how far along are you?
4 months.
So you're smoking while you're pregnant.
I didn't know I was pregnant at the time, ma'am.
You don't know you're pregnant in 2 months?
No, I still had my period and everything. I was not aware.
Okay. Probation, I apologize. But you know, there are going to be field visits. So they've agreed to your application for deferred adjudication. I mean, if I could make it so you not have a boyfriend in your life, I would, but I can't do that. I'm hoping that you're protecting your children. I'm hoping that people will learn that they need to be financially responsible for their children, because when they're not, the people who are financially responsible are the taxpayers. I love children. I don't have any children, but I can't tell you the number of children I've paid for a babysitter through taxes. I paid for their daycare through the taxes. But people need to start taking care of their children financially, and people need to start making great decisions for their children, because guess what? None of your children can take care of themselves. You can't send them to Travis Park and say good luck to you, and you keep bringing these random people in. So this is what the court is going to do. The court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. You pled as a co-defendant to Brandon White, Christopher White, and Kayla White. There's to be no contact with Brandon White, Christopher White, Kayla White. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. There's 200 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. The court is not requiring you to get the COVID vaccination, but if you get it or if you've already had it, 40 of those hours be waived. There's going to be parenting classes, and that'll be the triple T. Remaining of the community service hours will be waived upon completion of those classes. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be field visits 3 times per month. Please tell probation to check on the children. There's to be random UAs. And please have her tested today for levels. Proof of employment. How old are your other children?
My oldest is 3 and my boys are 1.5 years.
So you're doing stair steppers, as my grandmother would say, like you're going down the steps. 3, 2, 1, baby. So where are your children now?
At home,
Who's watching them?
their father,
What does he do for a living?
he's an HVAC technician.
What does that mean?
He works on AC units.
What are his hours?
They range.
All right, we're going to do proof of employment within 3 months. There's be no employment as a home health care provider with minors. Probation, is there anything else she needs?
No, Your Honor.
Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful? All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. Here's the thing. I do believe, I hope I'm right in believing that you love your children. If you love your children, you know, you've got to be their number one protector and look out for them. And you can't have random people looking out for them. Now, I don't know what happened between you and the relationship and the father of your children that caused you all to break up. But what I do know, if that hasn't been addressed, guess what? You're back in a relationship with the same problems you had before. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right.
The courtroom is heavy with unspoken horror. Kayla Connor, pregnant and unemployed, stands before a judge who has seen this tragedy before. The charge? Family violence tied to the beating of a child, a little boy named Alexander White, her ex-boyfriend's son. When the judge asks where her own 3 children were during the abuse, her voice barely rises. They were in the room. She claims she'd just met the man, that she didn't know the extent of the violence. But then the truth cracks open. She started dating him after the beating. Why? Because I wasn't aware, she says. The judge doesn't believe her. Neither will you. The midpoint twists the knife. 3 co-defendants, Brandon White, Christopher White, and Kayla White. Another woman with the same name, charged alongside her. Alexander, the victim, was taken by the state. And Kayla? She hasn't tried to find him. The judge's voice turns razor sharp. If you love your children, you protect them, not bring random people into their lives. She smoked while pregnant, unknowingly, she claims. She depends entirely